Welcome to the Mocktales Lounge. Sip,
Spill,
and heal
with the Ashleys. I'm Ashley, thing one.
And I'm Ashley, thing two. Okay. All right.
No mocktails.
So our mocktail today is actually not a mocktail. We need energy. So got a little espresso.
Espresso. Is it an espresso or do you do regular?
Regular espresso.
Oh my God, you made it. Okay, yes. It's really good. What did you put in it?
So we have espresso, honey, vanilla.
Like vanilla syrup?
It's like this Mexican vanilla extract.
You just dump it in there?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
And then
I can taste
cinnamon.
Yeah, it looks good if you can.
And macadamia nut milk.
Oh, that's what that is.
Yeah, because lactose intolerance over here.
You don't want any problems in mid-episode.
We don't need any digestive issues.
I'm already drinking coffee.
Yeah.
So there we go.
Yours is hot, mine is iced.
This is good. I just love me a good cup of coffee. Just every morning I drink straight espresso.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yes.
Yeah, like with the cup and all.
Mm-hmm.
It's with pinky up. We tonight have a really good transit that's coming up, a full moon in Aries. So this full moon in Aries is supposed to be a big one. So it's also the hunter's moon. So each full moon has its own name, like the strawberry moon.
Right.
So it was actually goes back to where people would know when to plant strawberries or when is a good time to go hunting.
Harvest moon, all that stuff.
Yeah, we should look into
biodynamic.
So good.
Things,
yeah.
yes.
So this would be the hunter's moon.
Okay.
And it would be Aries full moon. I think it's a super moon as well. And it's directly across on the axis of Libra. So they're directly across each other on the astrological chart. So Aries is a fire sign and it's like the warrior sign. It's courage, passion, to move forward in things that you want to do in like your career or friendships or relationships. It's more of an selfish kind of sign. So I am. It's very just all about you. But because it's on the axis across from Libra, which is more of a nurturing your relationships with other people, there's a really interesting polarity going on. The struggle between doing things for yourself,
okay,
but also having balance with others in your relationships as well. So I went down the rabbit hole and I wanted to see how this Aries full moon would affect me in a specific house. So in case you don't know, there are 12 different houses and each house represents a different aspect of your life. So you got career, you got love, relationships, your mentality, and all of those things. We can dive into that later. But depending on what your natal chart says, where you were born, the time you were born, and the date. The planets were all in the sky in different aspects. So that means that when a full moon, a new moon, eclipses, it affects everybody differently. So it's not recommended to just listen to the general reading. So it's good to listen to the general reading to get a general theme, but to go in depth into your actual chart or transit chart is what they call it, is recommended. When I did the deep dive, I did both of ours, the two Ashleys, and I found that this full moon in Aries is in my 10th house. So the 10th house is basically your career, your legacy, that kind of path. So anything that you're deciding to do mostly for work and all of that, which makes a lot of sense with how I am in business. I always go for things. Like it's not really a fear for me to try new things and to have the courage to just step into like new ideas and give them a shot, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. You know what I mean? So with me having a full moon in Aries in my 10th house, it's basically letting go of the old systems and getting new big ideas and stepping forward with them. So that is the theme for me for this full moon, which, as you know, I've
got some things in the works.
I got some, and I had no idea that this was even a thing until literally yesterday. Full disclosure, I thought the full moon was last night, so I did all the rituals. And
You
it's
are
fine.
prepared.
I am. So again, I'll do it. I drank so much moon water this morning. Moon water is where you put it in a mason jar and you put it under the moonlight and you drink it first thing in the morning with intention. So we'll have 2 days of moon water. But I have been having a lot of those downloads and releasing things. I've been wanting to change things in my business, like the layout of my workspace. I spoke to the other girl who works with me, and I was like, hey, if you want to add another day or if you want to get your website going, I wouldn't mind helping you do that and helping her to expand as well.
Yeah.
So, and this was all before I read any of this. And so just had that itch to like try something new and just go for it and have just zero regrets, you know?
Yes.
Okay. And
Okay,
so when yours,
yes.
I love yours. You're going to love this.
I haven't heard this yet. So
Okay. So your transit, your full moon in Aries transit is in your 12th house.
12th house.
Yes. So your 12th house is a very special house. Okay. So it is the last of the houses. And it's not necessarily where Aries is I am and all about you. This is not just about you. So it's also your mental health and well being. Okay.
Oh.
Also, how you show up as a collective, like to the world, like your place in the collective energy and collective consciousness. So this Aries full moon for you is more on the subconscious internal, where you should be going in and releasing things that you have brought with you from, past trauma, those the grudges, maybe if you have any, or that kind of conflict on your subconscious level. So it's best to work with your therapist, as you've probably been doing. And I've seen that you've been really working hard to go internal to release a lot of these fears. And that is what your theme is this full moon in your 12th house.
How interesting.
That's what you need to release. Isn't that crazy?
Okay.
I feel we both have these things that we didn't even notice. And astrology is a tool, guys. Come on. It's not like you don't need to like go with everything. This is just a tool to help you maybe to understand more about your life and what you're going through. And it's just a tool. It's not the whole thing. Normally during full moons, I notice the energy is more chaotic and frantic and you can't sleep very well, or it just a disrupt, or, in your normal routines. I'm not feeling that this time around.
I'm not really feeling that either.
Which is
it's not this big.
Yeah. My animals are even calm. That's how I know.
I've been trying to take a step back and looking at how to prioritize things, time management and prioritizing by what's time sensitive and what's important and what's not.
Yeah. That's like my jam. I love time management. I'm all about time management. I get off on that. I love it so much. But yeah, it's definitely
which goes into mental health, because then that avoids overwhelm. The overwhelm can trigger anxiety.
Well, so in your 12th house, it's about mental stability. So around this time, this lunar energy, this eclipse energy, this full moon in Aries energy is going to bring out anxiety and some doubts maybe, and a little bit of overwhelm. And so this is your time to, like you said, prioritize time management, and this is what needs to be released. So the fact that you said that, it aligns.
I love that. Yeah. And like how you're saying, astrology is a tool, and I look at it similarly. It's an insight, and it can help you to evaluate, okay, what are my strengths and weaknesses? What should I avoid? What should I dive deeper into? And It's not gonna tell your whole future, like,
Yeah, like
but
Cleo.
yeah.
Remember her on the TV?
Yeah, I think there's this misperception that astrology is
Like tells the future.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think it's a good tool to use.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you are in control of your destiny. Nobody else is. Like the cool thing about being humans is we have free will, you know? At the end of the day, it's also nice to know that you do have that control to make your own choices. And I think it's important to know that when we read these things or hear or watch these things on astrology, it's nice to feel validated when you feel like nothing is making sense. And sometimes seeing that gives me like a little bit of calmness because I don't feel like a lunatic. You know what I mean? I'm like, okay, it's just full moons in Aries.
When there's like a full moon going on and like people are acting all kinds of crazy or like on the road or in the grocery store, and then it's like, oh, it's a full moon, we can give each other some grace. Like, and if you know that kind of ahead of time, then you almost know what to expect. And when you know what to expect, you have more patience.
That's so true. That's so true. It's just blame the full moon.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's your fault.
Yeah. But it's so interesting because these things do affect the energy. It affects the tides. It affects, this is a real thing as far as energy wise goes. But I think it's really nice to have that in your back pocket because now knowing what you know, right? Knowing what you know, what I just told you, I'm sure you'll probably deep dive more into it on your own, but now it gives you a guidance system besides the one that you have within you, but it helps to carve a pathway for you to possibly make different choices or avoid certain things, like you said. Avoid everything and everyone. So I thought that was really cool when I looked yours up, that it was definitely internal and it's something that I've noticed that you've been releasing for quite some time now. So this isn't new news to you.
Yeah.
But now it's heightened, in this with this lunar energy. So I'm excited.
Yeah, and it's interesting that you mentioned for me that there's this letting go of like old grudges or whatever, and I don't know if it's necessarily an old grudge, but an old wound that I'm ready to let go, and I've been doing the work to forgive.
Yeah, I think forgiveness is a really big theme for this too. There's a few rituals you can do, I guess. I was thinking of you could have your moon water, so you just fill up a mason jar with water, put it in the moonlight, and underneath you can put a piece of paper with all of your intentions for this full moon, things you want to let go of and things you want to call in. This is the sign of courage, so when you drink the water in the morning with intention, you're basically drinking in all of the things that you are calling in. And in true Aries fashion, because it's a fire sign, I'm not condoning fire or anything. I'm just saying if you do want to write a lot of things that you want to release and under supervision, light it on fire, light that shit on fire. Get rid of it. The letters, you can write a letter to yourself, a letter to the people that you're like, fuck you, and just burn it and never send it. It's a great release. I've done it so many times and it does feel really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is good. And burn the sage.
Okay, so now we're gonna go into our personal unorthodox relationship beliefs. So relationship beliefs that we each carry that doesn't necessarily align with the status quo of society. I love how you would always bring up like Walt Disney basically brainwashed us.
Fuck you, Disney.
I'm
but I
not
love
a
you.
damsel in distress.
Gosh.
Gonna wait around for a man in shining armor. No.
On the white horse. Yes, girl. It's tears. Yes. Disney did brainwash us. But whatever. I mean, now that I'm older and I watch these things, I know the difference, but I can see how that would mold a young mind.
Yeah.
Now I just watch it for pure entertainment. Like,
Yeah.
I know it's bullshit, but
Oh, well, and I think they've kind of changed the narratives on some of the more recent movies too. When I first started my spiritual journey and reading certain books, especially A Course in Miracles and A Return to Love, which is based on A Course in Miracles, is I don't believe in my spouse making me happy. I remember when I first started seeing EJ, and I think we were either getting really serious or we just became official. And I was talking to one of my girlfriends and telling her about him, and she's so happy for me. She's like, "Oh, does he make you happy?"
yeah.
And I'm like, "No, I make myself happy."
Your face. Yeah.
But he is an extension of my happiness. And that's kind of my belief, is that no one else can make you happy. Like, that's your kuleana, that's your responsibility. That comes from within, and doing the work and removing all the unhappy blocks.
Yeah.
And I believe that your partner can be an extension of your happiness and should not take away from your happiness, not chronically at least.
Can I ask, when you say extension of happiness, can you dive a little bit further with what you mean? Like an example.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So like you have like your own foundation of happiness. And for me, I believe my partner should like kind of come along for the ride.
Okay.
You know what I
Okay.
mean? Yeah. And we should enjoy things together, but I can still enjoy those things by myself.
Like together and separate.
Yeah.
Okay. Like you have your thing.
Yeah.
And he has his thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Or like being single for a year prior to him helped me to date myself and to go
I love that.
to the beach and watch sunsets by myself.
Or date yourself instead.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Go out to dinner by myself, or, you know, like literally date myself and be so okay with
Got chicken skin.
if I were not to find anybody, like I'm okay. Like I can do these things by myself. I can buy myself flowers.
Yeah. Yeah, Miley.
But yeah, having that solid foundation of loving yourself and making your own self happy. And it's just not a good idea to expect someone to make you happy. That puts a lot of pressure on your spouse. And it can also be dangerous, like giving them that kind of power.
God, I know.
And you never know, if put in the wrong hands, they might use that to control you.
It's happened to me.
Yeah.
It's happened to me on at least 2 occasions. So
Yeah.
I totally, God, I get that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And once you get to that point where like, I don't need a man or a woman or whatever, another person to make me happy, then when you date and you put that perspective out there, those who are the wrong hands will kind of fall away. You know,
or you just won't be interested.
Yeah.
Like you can call bullshit so quickly on.
Yeah.
That you're just like, nope, you're not for me.
Yeah.
Maybe for other things. Like,
Yeah.
you know, we can be friends.
Yeah.
Or, you know, it's your radar is different, right?
But yeah, I mean, it's good to let your partner off the hook in that way too.
I'm sure he
Not
appreciates
so much
that.
pressure.
Yeah. I used to lose myself in that. And it's stemmed from such a young age that you find the perfect person and you rely on them so much, and hence the Disney movies. Find your Prince Charming. And I think for our listeners, we find ourselves caught up in that more often than not. You know, and it all stems, like what you said, stems from getting to know yourself first, letting your partner off the hook. But also, I think that once you started working on yourself and you were so in your authentic consciousness and energy, you attracted the perfect person.
Yeah.
You know? And you didn't even have to look for him.
No.
Yeah. He was like, I'm here, bitch. Like
we tried to stop seeing each other one time in the beginning of seeing each other, and then after a couple days we're like, this doesn't feel right. Does this feel right to you? No, not really. Like,
Aw,
'cause,
gosh.
yeah, like I'm like, oh, I'll give myself a few days and I'll get over it. But I felt like hung over for a couple days.
I love that analogy.
Yeah, no, there's no other way to describe it than I felt hung over when we tried to stop seeing each other.
Yeah.
Like that fogginess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was literally your body telling you that this is the person for you.
Yeah.
I think that's so great.
Yeah. Yeah. But so 10 years and 2 kids. And that's not easy to do because a lot of us have like codependency.
That's the attachment we were
issues.
talking
Yes.
about last week.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And that's what we're taught to be like as women. Like,
I feel like also the relationships that we see as we're growing up from our parents, our uncles, older siblings, if you have them, you know, it really shapes the way that we show up. And I find that when I was younger, I was so insecure with myself that when I finally did meet somebody at a young age, I had no idea what to do because I got this attention that I never got. Because my parents actually had an amazing relationship.
Yeah.
Like it's like soulmates for those two. I had like the best childhood. And so if anything, it shaped how I felt. Like all marriages were like that. So while my friends were experiencing divorce and all this, I didn't know what that felt like, you know? And so for me, I expected every person to just be like my dad, you know, and be like my mom. And that's just how it was. And that when I finally got into a relationship with somebody, it was like, this is normal. Like, I'm just gonna be like, why can't you love me the way that it's supposed to be? And I don't know this, you know? So it's interesting how society tells us that that is a normal thing, but also we're not given those communication skills and learning how to be autonomous, right? And our most authentic selves at that age. They don't teach you this kind of shit in school.
Yeah, no.
Not at all. It's book smart. It's not, you know, conscious smart is how I feel. I've always had this this like nagging feeling that I'm like a spiritual person. So why am I so attached to this person? You know? And so that was when I was younger. Obviously now that's different. And then it got to a point where I was fucked over so much. Yeah. And I'm like, you guys, like I'm gonna be like a dude, you know what I mean? Like I can do this, and that doesn't help either. You know, but I do notice in my most recent one, there was a lot more separation, like what you're talking about. He had his thing, I had my thing, and it worked. And the love was not lost. Now, granted, there's other areas that needed improvement that we weren't compatible in. But for the most part, it was the first time I was in a relationship where it was like we had two different things we could do and it was okay. And I preferred it that way. And I am only learning this now.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I do want to take a vow to be single for a minute.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Guys, hold me accountable. Like there's a podcast, I don't know what her name is, but I love her. She has it called Date Yourself Instead. And the fact that you just said date yourself, I think this is a sign that I must do that. You know?
Yeah, because then once you like learn to make yourself happy and how to love yourself and connect with that inner peace and make that a priority, you set the standard for any other person who comes along that
Yeah.
tries to date you. Like, if you can't love me to this standard, like, we're not on the same
Bye.
page, you know? So,
Get to step in.
and how you were saying last episode, you attract who you're in alignment with.
Yeah. Give me some examples from your life where you were reliant and codependent. Like, how old were you? When did you realize, like, this isn't for you? And you're like, fuck this. I need to focus on myself. Or did it kind of just happen that way?
I think I, had the Walt Disney like perspective of my other half, my better half. Like, he makes me happy for a long time until my 1 year hiatus before my current relationship.
So what brought you there though? So did something in particularly happen that you're like, fuck this, I need to be alone? And what did something happen that made you see that was a problem for you, or it just kind of like came out of thin air and you're saying, I just need to be alone? You know, sometimes we have that one situation or one relationship that really just pushes us to the edge.
Yeah, I think it was a compound of things, and it came about slowly.
Okay.
It wasn't like a major trauma type of thing. I
Okay.
mean, because going back to what you said with how you were raised and what relationships you were exposed to, I mean, I was exposed to a lot of divorce. So, and I have a very strong, independent mother.
Yeah.
Who she's like, oh, she ingrained in us, like, you don't need a man. Like,
you don't
don't
need one.
ever let anybody control you. Don't, you make your own money, like, because you never know what could happen. And so I had that opposite perspective, but I was also exposed to healthier relationships from my grandparents, from especially my papa. Like, he's always had an unwavering love for me. And so to be able to witness,
and that's old school,
healthy
too.
masculinity as well.
God.
And
where is it?
Yeah, and I think that's the energy that I found in EJ, because he's a lot more like my papa than
he is old school. He's like an old soul. He really is.
And he
with
has
like young energy though.
He has that humor like my papa. Like,
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. I think it was when I let go of my religion is when like I was more open to seeing things from different perspectives.
Okay, I have a question then. So what was your religion saying that was kind of keeping you in that construct? Because you said once you got rid of that and opened up your mind and your third eye consciousness, that's when that changed.
And maybe it's not the same for everybody, but my experience was it felt like needing validation and peace and happiness to come from any place else except for inside of me. Like from
like you
the church or from whoever my husband to be is.
And you gotta
pray for your husband, like your future husband and whatever. Like, I don't even know if I believe in marriage anymore.
Well, I definitely don't.
I expect the same level of commitment from EJ now in a committed relationship than I would if I had a ring on my finger.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I feel like that's kind of how it was with religion for me too. And also witnessing my grandparents, it's you stay regardless of what's going on. And that shit sucked to see, it's like with infidelity and all of that. It was like it definitely didn't give me faith. I will say that, because it was something that I never understood. Such like a confinement is what it felt or what it feels like when I think of that. That's why I was curious if that had something to do with it, like if it was too much in a bubble or.
True. I mean, and there is that messaging, like, obviously divorce is frowned upon within the church. And they'd rather you, stay together and stay for the kids a lot of times.
I see that a lot, yeah.
Obviously, if it's not a healthy environment, like.
That's how I feel. I was just curious.
once I did let go of my religion, it opened up the doors for me to explore other books and other beliefs and things. Looking at duality versus oneness and going down that rabbit hole.
Yeah.
I mean, I've always had a curiosity for more Eastern and Asian type of beliefs and lifestyles. And like I would find myself in the high school library looking up Buddhism and Gandhi and stuff. So I always had that curiosity. So once I allowed myself to actually explore, I think,
and not feel guilty
about it.
That was a big one for me, was the guilt. Was like, oh my God, I shouldn't be like hiding your books. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then
only reading it in the library and not taking it home.
Yeah. You better not bring that book home. Yeah. See, that goes back to what we're taught when we're younger.
Yeah.
You know, that's so crazy. Yeah, you've always been like my hippie gangster.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've always been the one that, like, from the moment I met you, I was like, ooh, we're good.
Yeah.
We're going to do great. There was no doubt in my mind that we were going to be besties.
No doubt at all.
No,
we hit it off.
Like, and the fact that we had the same name, obviously.
Duh.
We must be best friends, you know? But yeah, I always loved that about you, where you're like the person that I can call when there's conflict. You can give me the best pep talks that are full with spirituality and gangster. Like, you're just like, well, fuck him, but this is why. You know what I mean?
Yes.
What is happening within you? But you know what? Fuck him. Like, you know, you're like the type of person that can deliver really good advice from a place of love versus like some of my other friends who are just, you know, do this and do this. And it's, you go more for introspection. And that's something that I've always loved about you. Just like now, us talking about, you know, your not having happiness in another person, but being happy within yourself. You've always like gone internal, which is something I've always needed to learn. And I feel like I've learned a lot of that from you. I mean, you bought me that book, A Return to Love. I didn't read it for fucking years. And then one day I did, A Course in Miracles. I wouldn't even know about that book if it wasn't for you, you know? And actually it was A Return to Love that made me want to go to A Course in Miracles. I still didn't pick it up.
Yes.
I had it on my shelf, but I was curious about it. You know, so
it's a gateway drug. It's a gateway book.
It's a gateway book. Yeah. And it's changed my life with how I now view things. And I've gone steps further, you know. I think that you are one of the best people to give this message, especially about relationships and finding your own autonomy, because you did that. It's really hard for people to be by themselves.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, if you look at it even just from like a logical, mathematical standpoint, right? Like we're taught like, oh, your better half is that, you know, he's my better half, but I'm like,
ew, I'm the best.
But what is this half thing? Why would you want to date half a person? Yeah. Each person needs to be working towards making their own self whole, because one whole plus one whole is greater than one half plus one half.
Yeah, then you just get one.
Right.
I'm terrible with math.
Yeah.
So what's happening is that missing piece, you're going to have to find it somewhere else. And that creates resentment. It creates just anger. And that's not really, it's not a good, that's a relationship. That's not a relationship. That's a relationship. Like, I've had a few of those, and I'm at this point in my journey now where I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore. Like, I would rather be by myself. And I feel like age plays a role as well. Like, now that I'm getting older, I feel like it can go in either direction, where now you're desperate to find somebody because it's that question, that age old, oh my God, I'm getting old, I need to have kids, and like,
biological time clock. Especially for us women.
And I feel, at times I do feel that way, but now for the most part, I am now finding the light in doing things on my own. I don't have a problem finding a guy. Like, they just land on my lap. You know what I mean? Or I land on theirs, whatever. But that's not the problem. But the problem is the quality or the type of people that I attract. So I feel like I'm kind of ahead of the game right now where I'm like, I know I'm going to attract the right person. I just got to be aligned with myself.
Yeah.
I'm not really worried about someone not coming around. I have that confidence in myself because it happens all the time, every time. I'm like, I want some dick. There it is. You know what I mean? Like, there it is. Like, not to be so crass, but it's true. That's what the problem. It's the D that I'm calling in is like subpar, or I have some good ones, but then there's other things that we're not compatible in, and it has to do with me and where I'm at. So I'm going to take this time to really focus on those heavy hitter areas. And right now my career is taking a lot of brain power. Like, it's a lot of, with all these ideas and all these things that I really want to do, and it's
your project,
my project and projects. I got 2 going on. I think that being by myself to focus on this career move is what is going to elevate me to attracting that high vibe guy that is on the same level as I am. You know what I mean? And I don't mean by financial or whatever. I don't really care about that, but somebody who just gets it.
Yeah.
And I don't have the time right now. I just don't. Between the horses, between work, between, you know, doing this too now, and like, which this fills my cup, but doing this and, you know, getting to know myself more on a deeper spiritual level, I'm tapped the fuck out.
Yeah.
Like, I can't handle another person. I can't even handle more friends. I don't give a fuck. Like, I can't. It's like I have my little circle. And I am getting inspiration from you because you did take that time by yourself and you went like,
I highly recommend. 10 out of 10. Highly recommend.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah, and you know what? Realization was another catalyst. A lot of the men or guys that I dated were projects. Like,
Captain Save-A-Ho.
Yeah, like I felt like, oh, I could fix them.
Oh,
like, and then
fixer-uppers.
yeah, and then I realized like I don't need to be anybody's mom.
No.
You know?
You have that nurturing energy though.
Well,
I can see why they would.
As a Cancer,
Yeah,
that's
I was
like,
just gonna say.
you know, like we have that nurturing nature.
It's like Ashley the builder.
Yeah.
She can fix it. Yes, she can. But she won't.
Yeah, so that was another thing.
Ashley's
like,
tired.
I don't want a project, and I don't want to be someone else's project either. So that's
that's a big one.
Yeah.
That's a big one.
Yes.
Holy shit. I feel like I can be a project.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
It's like, if you want to attract a dime, you got to be a dime.
So many juicies in here today.
So many nuggets.
So many juicy nugs. I'm looking for a dime. That's top of the line. Cute face, little waist, and a big behind.
All right.
Oil of the day.
Now, oil of the day is frankincense.
Ooh, yes.
Yes. The Jesus
it sounds
oil.
like Frankenstein for Halloween.
The Jesus oil. EJ said it smells like green mango.
I can't unsmell it now. We'll show you. Like, you know when you make it? Oh my God, he's right.
So this is the Jesus
where do you
oil.
Put it? Same thing?
And it's good for grounding, meditation. It's good for headaches. They say it's even good for fine lines and wrinkles.
Wow. Nature's Botox.
Yeah.
Where do you put it? Can you put it same thing or?
I like to just non-dominant hand.
Okay.
Put a drop, rub it around. Give it like 3 breaths. And then, like, I don't know, neck, rub it, shoulders,
Knees and toes.
Who's the mom here?
I know. Well, my mom is a preschool teacher my whole life.
Auntie Ashley.
Yeah. Oh, Ashley.
Yeah.
This does smell good. Is this non-toxic for animals? Do you know? Like what's in?
I don't know. It's just frankincense.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Just curious.
So we'll have to look it up, but
I'm gonna go see my horses after this. I want to make sure I'm not like rubbing them down. Yeah, it's okay. I'll wash my hands just in case.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's do our mantra.
Affirmation of the day.
Affirmations. I release all energy, people, and places that are no longer serving me. I practice patience and trust in my soul's plan. Namaste.
Namaste. We love you. Until the next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Please like and subscribe to stay tuned for more episodes from the Mocktales Lounge.